We will officially call our meeting to order at 4:16 and note that Mr. Beasley is unable to be here tonight. So we'll take a moment to review our agenda. So if you want to review for a second, and then we'll take a motion and a second to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Ms. Hill. Do we have a second? Second by Ms. Ott. All in favor of approving our agenda, please say aye. And any opposed? Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from our April 15th regularly scheduled meeting. So if you want to take a second to review that, and then we'll take a motion and a second to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Ms. Bowers, second by Ms. Hill. All in favor of approving our minutes from the April 15th meeting, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item on our agenda is the good news report. So it's a crazy time of year. Since our last meeting, it's the month that never ends, but there's no presents at the end.
No.
So fourth grade went on a field trip to the recycling center. We had our EL egg hunt. We had our Morton Jazz Band visit. That was super fun to watch the teachers try and figure out which kid was which kid and who went here, as they're all texting each other, be like, who's that one? Because it's previous kids from here. Fifth grade went to Raven Run. We had our kindergarten and first grade showcase night, our PTA carnival. We had our kindergarten field trip to see Cinderella. We had the Glendover Derby, which was lots of fun. We had teacher appreciation week, fourth and fifth grade showcase. We got amazing new library furniture.
Fourth grade went to Fort Harris.
Fourth grade went to Fort Harris.
Thank you, PTA.
So, and we're starting KSA testing. Tomorrow's the last day for third and fourth grade. Fifth grade still got 3 more. So
Loves it. I was gonna say Hagen's very enthusiastic about it.
awesome.
Like this is
So why? Because the afternoons we try to make.
I think that's just like, yeah, it's just a test. It's really not that hard. And take it and I'm done. I'm like,
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yep.
Where I have other friends who are like, and Michael was telling me that Brittany woke up in the middle of the night, like with night terrors about it, with like he's not testing anxiety.
Oh, we have
And I'm like,
snacks. It's very positive for everyone.
Brenna does, yeah,
We
like
got
she's
some
like,
snacks.
when do your snacks? And he was like, do them beforehand. He's like, it helps me focus.
We open them beforehand so they're not noisy.
Right? Yeah.
We have lots of, yes, because it goes.
She did the notes too, that you guys put with it.
Yes, those little
That
notes
was
are
very
nice. Yes, the kids
sweet.
enjoy those
Yeah.
when they're on time.
Yep. So, but it's great. The kids are working really hard. I mean, I think we have like 5 kids with makeups in the entire school right now,
That's pretty
which
good.
is awesome. So we've been working really hard, and yeah, as soon as we finish, we're like, go get this kid, go do a makeup. Yep. So, do we have any public comment this evening? Okay, great. School improvement planning report. We are just in the progress monitoring phase, so we're continuing to work on that. The next item on the agenda is the budget reports. You have our Munis account statements. So this is pretty well closed out. We're still waiting on some things just to clear, but we are not able to spend any more funds out of Munis. So this is where we stand. If you see a negative somewhere, it's just because someone downtown has not moved the money to where it needs to go at this time. But you can see we have roughly in section 6 have $5,887.06 left in that area. We got all the grants and everything. We did officially spend all of our fee waiver money, which is great. I'm pretty sure I read that. Yes, all of our fee waiver is completely gone. That's on page 4. So that just is great because if we don't get that money back, we lose it. So it's great just to be able to recoup some of those costs. ESS, we're spending that money out on our kindergarten camp. So everything is pretty well closed out for the year. You'll get the final end of year report in June, which will just detail kind of where everything is, how much we spend in each budget item, and reviewing that. So the next item on your agenda is the school activity fund report. It, as Elizabeth just said, it is a different report this month. They are slowly shifting schools over to a different system for the school activity fund. So this is now in the new system that you are observing this report out of. So it's the same exact information. It is just now, it looks different. There are some categories in here that we do not currently have that will be closing out as we work through. But you can see overall we have $102,000 sitting in our Section 6 accounts. Currently, the largest money continues in our after school fund, which is that 69,000. And I do not have a date on when we're going to get more money. So from like the Y will bring me a check sometime in the summer. I don't know when.
We spent this money.
Some of it has been spent. The 69,000 we're holding for staffing.
Okay. That's what
So,
I remember.
yeah.
That was- We had already.
We've-
spent it.
We've allocated for that. If we get day 10 monies, we don't have to continue to allocate that, but that's kind of the money we're using for collateral for
Okay.
what we bought
That's what
in
I-
advance. So
Does MSD get money or is that money they raise?
that is money that they raise. So that is money that they raised through the coffee carts in previous years. So the energy award, we are spending some of that money out right now because that's a big balance of $4,600. We implemented, we've got a start of a little sensory garden for our MSD students started out there. We had one of our MSD parents who in 24 hours raised $6,000 to support that garden. I don't even know if it's more now. So, and then we also have some other teachers that are wanting to,
$6,000 for a garden?
yeah,
What can we do? Like,
a lot.
And you could get rain barrels. and
Mm.
a lot of
It makes
things.
sense regarding so it's like handicap accessible and
Oh.
so, yeah, that's
So we need some.
all.
Is there a plan, like, of what they're gonna get?
Yes, they have,
Okay.
they had it all listed, like, that's the thing, is it was very, like,
Yes.
pretty well written on their GoFundMe page, and
Mm.
so, a lot of people, I mean, I know I donated and shared it, and a lot of my friends donated it, like.
Perfect.
$25.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Person donated over $1,000.
Over
Did she have,
$1,000.
they had large monetary.
They did.
donations.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful.
But in addition, we have some other staff members that are wanting to create a community garden in the back. We've got one teacher that wants to do like a flower garden and work with kids with flowers, and one that wants to do like fruits and vegetables and partner with the community members to come in. Because what they're finding is a lot of our families grew up from out of the country, grew up with areas of large land where they could have gardens, and now they're in an apartment and they don't have access to that. So we're trying to partner with them to have them take over a plot. And so those are just in the beginning stages of work, but trying to use those energy awards. And the more energy efficient, the more money we get for that, because we continue to get more money in the energy award every month. So the more we turn our lights out,
Okay,
the more,
I would like to address that though,
Uh-huh.
because that is a flaw either with the custodians or with the building, because when I come in randomly on a weekend, half the lights are on in the primary
Yeah.
hall.
because if somebody walks outside, yeah, it's the sensor.
sensor. So can they turn them off?
No.
My sensor doesn't work, so I don't know what happened
Can we tape over it?
or how my
No, they
sensor.
won't let, they'll
The
still, they
lights-
see through it.
turn
'cause
my
they're
lights
heat.
physically on and off.
Is
I don't
that-
know when it
Well,
broke or how
Not
it broke.
any
but
fault of our own,
Yeah.
that all those lights are still on.
Right.
To use the switches.
So
like
we
that.
still are good. It's just like being, yes, it could be better, and yes. So, and that's feedback that we're giving them, and so we have a new sustainability coordinator next year who's gonna really push for a lot of those things.
In the hallways on the weekend.
Uh-huh.
Very-
Yeah.
very-
Yeah.
That was actually when you talk about like sustainability
Uh-huh.
coordinators, is that somebody that is a paid like employee?
Yes.
Or volunteer?
They are a paid teacher
Okay.
who just is also the sustainability coordinator and gets no money for doing it. So,
So are
So
they?
people are dying to be that person.
yes.
My brain's just going to like, are there ways to like invite parental involvement?
Yeah.
into, like, supporting?
That's something that they're trying to figure out, because they're starting off small as they build this, but that's their goal, is to really involve parents and get parents in and having like it be like, okay, this is going to be vegetable garden day club after school. And so we have parents that come that want to invest in vegetable garden. This is flower garden day. And so just involve community in that way, and just looking at lots of,
Gonna need some security.
so yeah, so those are all things that the person that's interested went to a big conference where other schools that have done it gave input with families. So. Okay, next item is committee reports. We don't have any committee reports. We don't have any bylaw or policy reports. We don't have any old business. Great job. We're on number 7. Enrollment updates. This is gearing up to get to the end of the school year. So this is getting pretty solidified here, even though we have a student enrolling next Wednesday. 4th grade.
Shut up.
And they, or 5th grade, sorry, 5th grade.
Oh.
And they have to come in and take the whole entire KSA.
Why
So-
can't we just say, don't come to school? Like, this is.
We
silly.
tried.
Oh.
So, so currently we have 455 students.
We don't get their scores, though,
No,
but still, that's terrible.
so we'll have 63 in 5th grade next Wednesday. So,
That's bizarre.
so,
There should be a
Um,
rule.
and so right now we're just trying to figure out, okay, which students are going to be coming back and which students are going to be enrolling next school year in different schools based on address changes. People are moving throughout the summer. So that's what we're working through right now is, okay, what does this look like numbers wise, and develop for class lists? Because we have between 8 and 10 kids at every grade level that are projected to potentially go somewhere else. But we will recoup that in the fall. The next item here is your attendance update. So you can see here the last couple weeks have been really rough for attendance. I don't know what my mouse is doing. So yeah, the week going into
Field
May.
trip, everyone comes.
Yes, 4th grade had a field trip that week, and so they were like, everybody's gonna be here. Like you can like the week of April 14th, I'm pretty sure that was the week kindergarten went on a field trip.
Mhm.
You can start to see trends and patterns
Okay.
of where field trips are. You got a field trip here.
For kindergarten.
We were at projected as 82. So I think we're at 45.
That would be like, I'm just thinking class. I was just.
Yeah, 20 to 21.
That's what. Here, I said
Yeah.
that, though. Okay.
Yep, that's our projection right now. So that's our attendance update. The next item is our staffing and hiring update. We continue to have a vacancy for a special education paraeducator for this year. So for this year, for 25-26 positions, we have interviewed for 4 different positions. Sorry, 3 different positions at this time. That's wrong. So the first one here is our music teacher. We have recommended Courtney to Ray for that position, and she has officially accepted that position. No. Courtney is currently the music teacher at Lemons Mill Elementary with 11 years of experience there. She was our number 2 candidate 2 years ago. And so we were lucky enough to have her come back. She is from the Glendover area, so she's very invested in this. We're the only school she was applying to. So she's going to be really good. She's super connected. Yeah, she's got her winter performances is already planned. We did not. We just went based on her answers from the previous.
Yeah, I liked it 2 years ago. I just didn't, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
You know, nothing. I keep talking about them.
Yeah. So like at Lemons Mill, they performed at the Harlem Globetrotters at Rupp Arena. Like, so they do a lot of those things.
It's not a musical.
I think she'd be down. The next one is a returning employee. Lena Smith is returning. For that, she's officially accepted her position. The next one is Rachel Stone for a classroom teacher position. Her offer was extended today by HR, and we're just waiting for her to respond back, which is not unheard of. Additionally, we had our EL teacher interviews last evening, and we have it narrowed down to a top 2. Pretty much a top 1, but we're waiting to finalize that. at the end of this meeting. Not, we will talk about it when we are out of session, so that we can do that, so that it doesn't go on record.
Yeah.
At this time. So, and then on Thursday, we are interviewing for our special education teacher position. And we have right now 4 confirmed interviews for that one. The 5th person called me while we were in here. So, yep, sorry.
And said no, or?
He didn't, he just called and
Oh, you
left me a
didn't
message.
answer,
I didn't
I see.
answer. So,
Like, and
yeah, so these are the 5 candidates that we are interviewing. Some of them are within county, some of them are out of county. I try and send you guys an email with a brief description about who each of them are.
And is it MSC now or?
This is still LBD. So
I saw Slack.
there's one that is dual certified. It says path. It says pathways, pass or pathways, just because it's the same questions.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah, we're not hiring for both. It's just
that's why I was.
it's
confused.
the same set of questions whether you're doing LBD or
I got it,
pathways.
Okay.
So
Those were universal questions, not a universal position.
yeah, nope. This is an LBD position.
Okay.
Right now, it's looking like it's a 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade position. But if somebody comes in strong at primary, we can shift some people around. So, the next item on here is just for information. You have a copy of our master schedule for next year. We did get confirmed that band and orchestra will be returning, same staff.
Thank God.
So it's the flip times. So 4th grade's going first next year, 5th grade's going second. But both staff members have been confirmed, so we'll continue with all of that. This is always in draft form because we're working
Does
through
it work
special
somewhere?
ed. Yes, it does. So,
Do they just go somewhere else first then?
no, he just doesn't work first. Technically, when he comes to us at 8 a.m., he's working more hours
Oh.
because he's working, middle school goes till 4.
Should have let me keep for special session.
So technically when he does it,
So he has like a break.
Uh-huh.
or a-
yes. So now he actually is working.
Working his regulars.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but like special ed, GT, intervention schedules all get built off of this. So tweaks kind of get made here and there. All the grade levels had a chance to look at it and give feedback. Kindergarten is going to be on a slightly offset schedule for paras so that we can maximize that para support.
Is that why that's split into A, B, and C?
Yes, so that the paras will always go into like the guided reading times. So there's always that kind of time where they can shift back and forth. Not ideal, but best case scenario for what we have and what we've been able to staff with. Two full times. So as we get funds back in the summer or in the fall, we can look at bringing on additional positions. Okay. And the last item on the agenda is 1st grade is going to the horse park on Monday. So I've already approved this, but just they're going to have some fun at the horse park. So does anybody else have any other agenda items they would like to discuss? Okay, we are at item number 9, which is the adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Ms. Hill. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Russell. All in favor of adjourning our meeting, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.